Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello and welcome to a very, very, very special episode of Conversations with Cornelius. It is gas.
This isn't Conversations with Cornelius, Con.
It is Conversations with Cornelius.
It's Cornelius and the Queen.
It's not a Patreon episode. This is a main.
Oh God, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
You said before we started, you said let's do this for our Patreons.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't think I said that. I think you've been drinking early today, have you? What time did you have your first drink at?
That wouldn't impact my judgment.
Really? Well, court of law might say otherwise, but this is for everybody. This is for our patrons and for the Padcast Nation all across the globe. Welcome to a very, very special Christmas Eve edition of Conversations with Cornelius.
Sorry.
With
Take
me,
it all back.
It's all right, babe. It's all good. With me, your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and my bitten beside.
Your only bit of a ride.
A little bit of a ride that I call her the wife. She's a great old person.
Pass you out now with the heat, the Christmas
take
heat.
Take off your top. Take it off.
She's kind of very forward.
Take off the bra, man. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe I'll go all out, take off my jumper. We're never used to taking off jumpers in this house.
I'm absolutely fine. I'm not one bit cold. She's taken off the top here.
I've just been running around the place gathering stuff all the last hour.
My fingers have been firmly up my hole. I was running around the place. I was inside in town today. I was inside in I went in to get a few bits. Everyone's saying that now, get a few bits. Went in late. I wanted to get, because we'll talk about presents in a minute now, but I got you your 40th present, which was also your birthday present a couple of weeks ago.
My Christmas and birthday combined.
It was a Christmas and birthday combined, and but I wanted to have something small for you under the tree anyway as well. So myself and Harvey John headed off into town today.
Yeah, was it nice? Was that lovely?
I tell you now, right? This week has been up and down emotionally, and just, I don't know why, but probably just because of the way the world is. And if you listen to this podcast this week, you would have heard us being high as kites and us arguing and me crying and you almost crying and laughing and joking. It's been up and down but we've been looking forward to Christmas Eve all week. I think it's been something that you and I have been looking forward to.
Every household, I suppose, is.
And it was beautiful. I'm going to try. You've made an espresso here, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But I'm going to have.
No, I made it. This is the Baileys have gone in on the espresso martini market. Their marketing team have done well. We are sitting here having a Baileys espresso martini.
Espresso. It's not espresso, just so you know.
Espresso.
So I'm going to try. I don't like Baileys. I like espresso martinis when I'm out and I don't want to have Red Bull. They're fucking great. They're a bit of rocket fuel. But let's see what this is like now. Good drop of it fell onto my pants.
How was the bit that went into your mouth?
I think I'll let me go again. So first of all, I'm not a Baileys person, but that's actually nice.
Yeah, I think I have too much vodka in mine. I'll taste yours.
There's a good bit of vodka in mine now as well. The vodka's coming through.
I thought they were the same. But
yeah. I feel the vodka coming through now on that in a big way.
Oh, yours is. Mine has just a little more at the end of it.
Has it? Mine is nice, I would say.
Yeah, you don't taste the Baileys. I'm not a big Baileys fan, but it kind of takes the bitter of the coffee out. It takes the cold coffee vibe off it. It warms it up a bit, even though it's cold.
There's all sorts of fucking. I can feel the heat of the vodka going down my esophagus there now and spreading at the bottom of my trachea. Going down to the boat lungs.
Yeah, no, it has the espresso martini, definitely. And the thing with that is, you never really have Kahlua in the house, which is what's in espresso martini, instead of the Baileys. You have Kahlua. Kahlua.
Is that
it's a coffee liqueur.
So how many alcoholic beverages are in this?
Oh,
Baileys 1, vodka
just
2.
two.
So Baileys vodka. Is Kahlua not?
It is, but there's no Kahlua in that.
Oh, there's no Kahlua.
Bailey's instead of Kahlua.
Ah, I see. Said the blind man, and you couldn't
And I
see
think
it all.
probably proper, like, espresso martinis
Espresso.
have like a syrup in it as well. We
Yeah.
obviously didn't make that. I literally saw a thing come up about these.
Well, one of the presents that you got for your birthday was a coffee machine from your brothers and sisters.
Yes.
And it's a fucking proper coffee machine.
Proper sage one.
Yeah, it's like you're making professional coffees. The machine is going, like, we should start selling coffees at the end of the road here because it's on the go the whole time.
It goes from 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
grinding the beans
Grinding
to
the beans and
probably about
frothing
6
the
would be
milk.
the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good machine. So, like, being able to make espresso martinis is a little added bonus.
Yeah.
But back to
Tonight.
tonight. It's Christmas Eve. We're inside. Just to give you an idea of where we are. We're not in the good room. We're not in the John Hume war room. We're back in the room. This is the pandemic room, really, for the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah. There, when we were sitting down there was quiz vibes of it. I was thinking we should do a quiz some night.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
We used to do the quiz during the pandemic, and it
I
was.
don't know.
I don't know. Does it bring me back the pain of the pandemic?
Yeah.
I think there was something like first of all, the reason the quiz was so successful during the pandemic was
everyone was sitting at home.
everybody was at home and they were bored off their tits. And the second of all is, like, you know, that's the reason they were able to tune in, and like people were just looking for something to do. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's kind of I'd like it to die gracefully now, the way it was.
Yeah.
Just a quiz master going from town to town, just doing simple quizzes, the industrial triangle.
Like, 'cause there's
genre.
definitely, I know for a fact that there's a few people coming to the show that got involved with the quizzes.
If we were to do a quiz now, a good night to do a quiz would be Christmas Eve.
Last night. No, I think that's busy enough out.
Or else the day before that. You know, that kind of weird time.
I think the time between Christmas and New Year's, that week.
Yeah, that's the weird...
You were saying Christmas Eve. That's last night.
Sorry, New Year's Eve. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. New Year's Eve. Sure, Christmas Eve is gone. But that's what I meant. And anyway, but
I think mine is taste mine.
My one is fucking saucy enough now, Noel. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. You could fucking filter that out and get locked on it just by itself, whatever you filter out of it. The beans that are floating on the top of it are probably like fucking infused. That's a serious amount of alcohol in that.
And I thought I measured them the same, but genuinely I didn't use a shot glass, but I used like the size of the espresso that came out. But anyway.
Yeah, but today anyway, the boys were... I was out last night. I went out for a few pints in Cork, and I got home early enough, and I wasn't too bad.
No, I'm surprised how
Yeah, I wasn't too bad.
capable you were.
Do you know what happened? Right, about 2.5 pints in, I was like, I'm not enjoying these pints. They're heavy, and I stopped and I had a pint of water, and then I went on gin and tonics, and they were almost refreshing, as you said.
Gin and
yourself.
tonics they're like water when you're out.
Yeah.
Like.
And I had about 2 or 3 of those. So.
See, I would have had 10, but anyway.
Yeah, well, I was home at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Do you know? But yeah, it was great.
And you were fine today as well.
I wasn't too bad. No, I wasn't too bad. But I am genuinely now. I think I'll have a drink tonight now, and I might have a beer or two tomorrow. But like, after Stephen's day with my dad and I'm going out taking my dad out for a few pints, and Dylan's coming with me as well. I think I'm going to fucking take a break from the alcohol then for a while, because I'm getting. I'm sure I know what we'll talk about our Christmas presents there in a minute, and. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break from it, just just to be on the ball as well for the shows in January.
Yeah, you're straight into it, like when we go back.
Straight into it, and I've had a few pints now, and I don't feel the urge to get locked anyway. You know, I really don't like. So, yeah, I'm more interested in being clear of mind and pure in body.
In saying that, now we are going out New Year's Eve. So
Yeah, are we? Okay, well, yeah.
Well, Nan has said she'll babysit. We go out after
fucking
the boys
absolutely.
to bed.
But you know what? I'm just going to have a bake. Like, I'm just going to like.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'll have maybe I might have an edible or something like that. I'll probably have an edible and drink Heineken Zero and have just a good night, just as good a night.
I wonder, is the street party on in Waterfall actually? I don't know if it is.
If what's on?
The street party, because when that's on, there used to be nearly a buggy brought just to have the drink in the buggy.
Yeah, if there is, I'd be all for. Although I fucking don't really like New Year's Eve. it's a anticlimactic night. It's always down through the years. It was always a kind of a night.
Oh, sometimes I've had great New Year's Eves.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had shit ones.
Yeah, same. Sometimes like
depends how much you build it up, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a couple of great ones with you when we went to Waterville early in our days in our courtship when we were doing the letter party. Do
they
you
were
remember
the
that?
night before.
Oh, they were the night before, were they? Yeah.
They were the time actually that the New Year's Eve nights weren't great then. New Year's Eve night, the night after, because you'd be hungover.
Yeah.
But then they started doing the street parties in Waterville. Which was very good.
Good, but kind of like weather dependent, like.
Weather dependent, and probably better for locals than even.
Way better for locals than for, because you'd all see each other. I would have thought, like, but they were all right. They were all right, like, you know, as you said, way better for locals because you see everybody that you grew up with and stuff like that. When you're a blow and you're just trying to look after your kids.
And you're just like saying hi to people, and it's a nice night, but it's not the same as. It takes the shine off it being outside in cold.
Yeah. Well, that's New Year's Eve now, but we're jumping ahead of ourselves because we're in Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
We're inside in the pandemic room. I might call it that, like the pandemic room. I think that's a nice one. The pandemic room. The Christmas. This is the nucleus of our house. This is the hub of the house. It's right at the centre. It's the nerve centre of the house. There are 4 doors. There's one door into a kind of a little cubby hole where under the stairs, and there's books and the Hoovers kept under there, and lights and the internet and all that kind of racket. And then there's the door beside that takes you out the front of the house, and then there's the door here behind Noel takes you into the kitchen, and then there's a little door that takes you into a playroom. It's the nerve centre. It's where the television is. It's where we all watch television. It's where the kids are playing, and it's where we were parked up for during the pandemic.
Yeah. And
that's where we are tonight, and it is time's that 20 to 9. The boys
never no star out of the boys.
I went into them again.
Did ya?
Do you know what now, right? I was making a J for myself, right? And I heard racket upstairs.
It was me.
Yeah. And I was like, those scallywags. Now after giving them a big warning about Santa coming in, and I went up and I had the phone on, and I went up to go up to them to get them back into bed. Hunter was asleep.
He was exhausted today.
Asleep.
I hope he's not sick.
And I think he might be a little bit sick. He was asking me to do some healing on him. And then I went in with the flash lamp, and Harvey was almost off. And then I kind of woke him up. He goes, "What did you come in for?" And I was like, "I was just checking to make sure you're okay." Okay, Dad.
They were so sweet. Oh, it was just magical. It's just Santa and Christmas. They're just peak age for it now. Like. Just 7 and 4.5. So Hunter totally understands this year. He's totally communicating about it. He's picking up on everything. He's saying his own side of stuff that you're like, oh, you picked that up from school. You didn't even like.
It's beautiful.
It is incredible now. It's magical so far.
Yeah, I have to say now, like I'm so agog at Hunter lately. Like his communication skills they're really come on, and you're right, he has developed his own little personality, and you know, like we're always saying he's a scallywag and he's tough to parent at times, but that's just because he's 4.5. Like, do you know what I mean? When you're listening to this, Hunter, in your 40s, we love you, brother. We love you so much, and you're great. You're a great little boy.
He's gonna do incredible things, I think.
Do you think so?
Because he's so determined and so inquisitive and so active and wants to do it and wants to do it himself and wants to do it right and copies.
What would you like him to do now?
Benefits.
If you could put him into something.
Oh, I genuinely only want them both to be happy. To be honest,
and
I
healthy.
think and healthy. Oh, sure, your health is half your happiness. Like, but being healthy sometimes it doesn't make you be happy automatically.
No.
Like that's why it's like your health is your happiness.
Well, my mum always had a saying, and I'm sure she didn't invent it herself, but it's an old saying: "Your health is your wealth."
Yes, it is. But when you're healthy, you can be unhappy. Like, do you know what I mean? And like you take it for granted, whatever, day to day.
I think that's the thing. It's like it's taken for granted. You know, the fact that you've got 2 working legs, that you're able to walk out and go for a walk or go for a jog or just be able to walk into the kitchen, that's just, it's just taken for granted. Health is taken for granted in general, I'm trying to be more cognizant of it. I'm sure you're the same. But it is, it is great to see him develop into a little human. You know?
Yeah.
But so we separated them then today. I took Harvey into town because I had to get a few bits, aka your little bits that are under the tree. And you went for a walk with Baxter and Hunter. How'd that go?
Oh, it was lovely, actually. See, this is, as I said, like when we have the two of them, how do people have more? But then I was thinking about it a small bit today and that, and like when Mom was up last week, she got up with them a good few mornings, and when I would come down, they'd be dressed, but Mom physically wouldn't necessarily be able to dress them. Do you know, she would, but they were dressing themselves because she was talking to them and helping them from afar, kind of
Put on
more.
your jumper there, no, turn it
around, and she kept doing it, and
put
she
your
kept
hands
doing
through
it.
it.
And so I was thinking about that today, and I was like, if I was sitting here, we say breastfeeding a third child, that's what they'd have to do. They don't have to do those things themselves. Like even Harvey was putting on some socks, and he has a aversion to putting on socks because they make him really frustrated. Because if they don't go on right or whatever, so like I have gotten bigger socks to help him. He
wore my socks the other day to school.
Yeah, but he put them on himself, but the laugh was they were up over the pants for a while. It was, Nan thought it was hilarious, but so it's like when they're made to do it, when they have to do it, like I'm obviously probably spoiling them a bit or whatever, but the nature walk today. Oh yeah, so we separated them anyway because you could take Harvey out and about.
Well, I had to get fuel. I wanted to get solid fuel for the house, and I wanted to get. You wanted me to return something to some shop, and then I wanted to get a few bits for you. And I just thought to myself, it'd be nice to have a little scallywag by my side, and you know, we might get. I thought we might get a coffee and a bun and something like that, but as it transpired, then we didn't do that at all. We actually ended up going. We did all the jobs bar the return because that shop was closed, and he was mad just to go to the toy shop. And I was like, Santa's coming tonight. Now you can't get any toys. So the deal I did is we could have a 5-minute walk. So we went in, and he was like, "How many minutes have we left?" He kept like, you know, and we did a thorough walk of World of Wonder every section.
I wonder, do other people do that? Because it's not something I would have ever thought to do with them. It's something that you've brought into doing with them, and they can handle it. Like
they handle it perfect. And like for him there now today, he looked at all the Lego stuff. He was looking at the Dream Lego stuff. We were looking at pads for like you were looking at skateboards and looking at all the stuff. And I think it's the plan. I think it's that we can go in. We're going to be there for 5 minutes. We can walk around. We'll look at everything. But you do know now that when I say it's time to go, it's time to go. Yes, I do. Are you sure? Are you okay?
We're not getting anything.
We're not getting anything. I don't have the money for it today. We're at Christmas tomorrow. You know, blah 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 blah. I find that they're particularly Harvey anyway. He's okay with that. If you can get him to agree to it. But if you say he's getting anything in any way, shape or form, he has to get it.
Yeah.
Like he won't understand. He said, but you said, you might have said it passively 14 weeks ago. You know, but he will remember it. But anyway, we went in and we got the firewood and the coal first, and he was all business. He was mad because we were going to get a present for you, and I was telling him I need his help because I really respect his opinion. And we walked into the co-op to get the blocks, but there's loads of appliances and there's loads of you can get gifts in here. And he was like, "Jeez, this shop is dead." There was nobody there, and except the staff were all looking at him and they were laughing at him, like he was like, "I don't think we'll get anything from Mom in here. I'd say it's not great. There's nobody here."
Oh no way.
I swear to God, yeah. And I said, "No, we're not getting anything here anyway. She'd absolutely kill me if I arrived home with something from the co-op." Do you know what I mean? Like, I got you that in the co-op. But you might but I'm starting to kind of know that you like a practical present now as well. Even though the present I got you now and not practical at all. I'm kind of more of a romantic present giver. I
know, because when I said to you, so
whereas you're like
the present.
Get me a drill. Now. You'd love a drill. Like if I got you an electric drill with fucking 15 bits.
Well, I have a drill, so I don't need a drill. But
you wouldn't mind a fucking top of the range cordless one. Like if I gave it to you.
So the reason Connie's going in on Christmas Eve to buy me a Christmas present is because my joint birthday and Christmas present was a beautiful Chloe bag and a trip to Paris to see Rod Stewart next year, right? Trip to Paris for 3 days. So it was a real combined present. And then we said, "Do you know what? Let's get each other something," because Connie knows his presents for under the tree. So let's get something as a surprise, a small token present. That's the surprise. The big children in us are going like,
I love each other very much.
I know, but like we're meant to be some bit practical, like, and there we are.
We've only done one income here now, and we're fucking pissing money up against the
and
wall.
we're like, oh, let's get a little surprise for each other.
Yeah.
But then the one income thing was coming into my head, and I was going, do you know what, Con? Don't bother getting me anything. You can just get me something, and we'll have a look, and we'll get it in the sale then afterwards.
Yeah.
And Connie's like, huh? Really?
You have to have something. You have to have something that you don't know you're getting on Christmas morning. I think that is what Christmas is about. I think a thoughtful, like, this is how I find it hard with you sometimes, because you're happy to know what you're getting, and your family are the same.
Yeah.
You're very that's perfect. I get lovely. Get me that coffee machine. Perfect. Do you know what I mean? You're happy. How much? 150 each. Perfect. If that's done now, box ticked. Whereas I'm like, I'm waiting for the surprise and the tears on Christmas morning as you open it up, like, and it's like fucking, a cordless drill, but like, or whatever it is. I'm like, I'm looking for the and I get a. I suppose it's a selfish thing. I get a kind of. I love giving gifts. I love seeing people's reaction when I give them a gift, even if it's only a shit. Like, well, I got you here now isn't great. Like, we're going to be opening the gifts.
Well, so that's the token presents. That was the thing. So, and actually, as we talk about being under the tree, I had your presents wrapped. So one is from. Well, I'll show you your. What, have I them all
I'll
here?
show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh yeah, I have all your presents here, but like I wrapped them yesterday, and one of them was from the boys, and one of them was from me, and one of them was gonna go from Santi. But then I forgot that you have something else yourself got to be to you from Santi. So, but I had the Everton calendars from Santi.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, that could be from you, like.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can just say that you got. Well, actually, I told Harvey today. He was like, "Is Sandy going to get you anything?" And I was like, "Probably not. All I really wanted was an Everton calendar, but Sandy doesn't really come to grown-ups. I wrote him a letter and everything, but he just picks 5 or 6 dads across the world to give them a present. So I probably won't get it because I'm not that great a dad." And then he was like, "Dad, what are you talking about? You're a great dad." I was like loving it. Like, I was like obviously milking it up to try and get him to say these things. Like,
I'm going to put a warning at the start of this because we're talking about Santi actually, because we've talked about our friend before this. Oh yeah. So I must clip in a little warning. Clip in a warning at the start of it. Yeah. Yeah. Because you wouldn't know. Like, I listen to podcasts in the kitchen. Do you know? You wouldn't think that. So I'll just do that. Sorry. Well, so we'll just continue now. And I'll also say this, I suppose, going forward, don't be listening to the podcast with your kids because we swear a lot. We talk about sex a lot. Yeah, maybe people don't. And drugs and fucking drink and stuff. Yeah, probably actually. Do you know what I mean? I think about people who actually listen to this podcast probably don't listen to it. Yeah, with their kids. There's a lot of grown-up team stuff in it. So, just don't be listening to it in front of your kids. But anyway, sorry. Thank you for all the messages, by the way. Loads of messages came in. Did you get a lot of messages? Good few messages now, yeah. Really, really. It's really cool that people are listening and enjoying the podcast. And did you get any messages with the few ones this week now? Yeah, there was messages coming in all the time. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, there was. And we didn't really promote it at all, like, no, which is, Yeah, that's cool. We just put it up and left it out and, yeah. But your presents anyway, so I wrapped them all last night and I had a few more presents to, like, so we've distributed, given a lot of them already. We've given a lot of presents to people already. So I had a few more to wrap, and I wrapped them last night, and there was only about 5 or 6, and the boys came up to us this morning going, "The elves played a trick on us. They had loads of presents under the tree that I thought were for us, but they were stupid presents." So the kids had unwrapped everything I'd wrapped, thinking that they were from. Which kind of worked out well for me because you can be arse wrapping them, and that means that I didn't have to wrap the presents I got. Yeah. So I didn't rewrap yours. So he didn't wrap mine. Yeah.
They're inside
But then,
the bag here.
did I tell? I never told you this. That I did tell you that the elves. So the big thing with the elves was they were annoying Harvey, Connie all month.
They were getting on my nerves. That's
getting
what I
on
was
your
saying.
nerves and driving
they were
you.
acting the bollocks.
So they messed your sitting room when they were the other sitting room when they were having their wrapping party. And it's just gas. So Harvey just adds these random, like, terms. Like, I've said, oh my God, look, the cut of the sitting room. They had all the cushions and all the covers down and all this racket. But I had said nothing about the wrapping. But I had been wrapping in there a few days ago. And Harvey's like, did they make that mess while they were having their wrapping party? What Diary of a Wimpy Kid or whatever, did he hear that?
What about the meltdown he had about Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Speaking of, like, spoilers, the Diary of the Wimpy Kid new movie, right? Harvey is obsessed with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and the new movie is out, and it's fucking supposed to be shocking in terms of revealing details about the man in the red coat not being not being real, and so he wanted to go and see it during the week, and
or you wanted to watch it, yeah.
He wanted to watch it
on Netflix now.
And he had a meltdown, and because we wouldn't let him watch it, we had to make up some fucking absurd, ridiculous scenario why he couldn't watch it. I can't even remember what we said.
Was it streaming in Ireland or something? And he was like, it is,
Yeah.
it is, it's out on blah 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 blah, whatever date.
I mean, a fucking children's program, and they're talking about,
But
like,
you know that it's not available on the kids channel anyway.
Oh, isn't
So
it?
you have to go on to
the cinema.
Netflix, like adult Netflix. But that was the case for all the rest of the Diary of Wimpy Kids as well.
I don't know, man. It's fucking.
They know their target audience, like they
it's-
know what age people are buying, like market research or whatever. They know exactly, but I don't know. It's
Well,
weird.
they got it wrong with our fucking 7-year-old, because he's into Diary of a Wimpy Kid since this time last year, since he was just turned 6, and loves it, knows all the characters, Riley and all these guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's it's like we've talked about it during the week now, but it's just the innocence of youth is such a thing to be protected.
Supposed to be 4th class now. They're knowing in 4th class.
Hopefully
It actually happened in Killavullen.
I hope it.
I remember saying I met one of the moms, and
We
kid
see,
announced it.
if you have
in
kids in the
Killavullen.
school that have a lot of older brothers and sisters, they're going to find out early, and as soon as they find out,
Yeah,
they
I
want to
think-
be the cool
But
kids.
I think, what's the teacher's name? I forget her name, but that she handled it really well anyway, supposedly.
Yeah,
That whatever answer, she's probably used
yeah.
of getting it in that class, you know,
Yeah.
4th class, like
Yeah.
you'd be used to the questions coming out.
What are we
But-
going to do when Harvey asks us? Like, what's the thing to do? Do you lie? Do you kind of go, what are
Oh
you
my
talking?
God, yes.
Do you?
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you? Okay.
God, we'll protect that for as long as we possibly
Yeah, I'd
can.
be up for that. I'd be up for that.
My
Yeah.
heart now if we thought that was...
No, because like
based
some parents would be like, no, they need the truth. They need the truth.
Well, I
Be
suppose
honest
it,
with your child.
well,
And
it
I
depends
mean, we're honest.
if a child goes, please mom, just tell me the truth, I really want to know, please don't lie to me, which is what some kids would say.
That's different.
But Harvey John won't
No.
say it like that.
No.
So are we actually going to do the
The presents.
present exchange
Will
here
we do
now?
it?
Yeah.
Will we do it? So, happy Christmas. Here is a Chloe bag. Here is a trip to Paris. 3-day, all expenses paid trip to Paris, and a couple of tickets to Rod Stewart, who you like, don't love, but like.
I do like
you
it,
enjoy,
yeah,
you
yeah,
like
yeah,
his
yeah.
music. And happy Christmas. There's your main
Love
gift.
you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. Where's my main gift? Oh, what is it? Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, oh my God, you got it for me. So I got a Whoop 4.0 hardware, only Supermint brand and battery pack. So this is something that I'm going to wear on my wrist. It's going to help me monitor my sleep, the strain, my recovery, my respiration rate, my blood oxygen, my heart rate variability, my
He's
max
reading the
heart
packaging,
rate,
by the way.
my average heart rate, my skin temperature, calories, coaching, journaling. Oh, I'm in love with this. Activities, goals,
Can't
potential,
wait to see you try
well-being
and set it up.
in yourself. We'll set it up tomorrow.
We.
You might set it up for me. But yeah, so one of my resolutions for the new year is I want to move more, and I want to track my movements, because I'm a kind of an analytical guy. When I can see progress, like it's even when I'm fasting, it just gives me, I get hard. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
this
right,
is great.
okay. We must get you fasting.
Make it be
I've agreed to do the 5K as well, people. In case anyone is wondering, it's official now. If I'm saying it on the podcast, As I
couch
said.
to 5K. So we're going to we were talking, and in fairness, I didn't bring it up anymore
No,
after the
you
podcast.
didn't. No.
And you came to me. Was it yesterday or today? You said it. It was yesterday.
We're driving somewhere.
And you said I'm going to do
Oh,
that.
on the train. Dropping you to the train station.
Dropped me to the train yesterday, and I'm delighted you're going to do it with me now, and I'm really looking forward to it because we're going to document. It's another, and as I said to you yesterday, brilliant, another fad.
Another fad. Let's get back into the fads.
Let's get into, because the fads enrichen
Suit us.
your life. Like, this is a couch to 5K. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and an end. Once we've the 5K done, you don't have to do it anymore. I don't have to do it anymore, but it's something that we've done. We've done a 5K. We weren't fit, and now we're fit.
Well, you can nearly run 5K anyway, can't
But
you?
I haven't ran in about 2 months. So.
Yeah, but I haven't ran in about 12 years.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll do a.
I'll just have a nap. I
We'll
won't
get a
be
nap
doing
in.
it with you.
Okay. All right. Okay. You're gonna. So you want to do it your own way?
No,
I was hoping we'd do it together. Like, you know.
But sure, we're not. But like, I'm going to be walking for 2 minutes and running for 2 minutes.
But I'll do that with you.
Okay.
Why is that not? Is that not? That's the training, though, isn't it? You walk for 2 minutes, run for 2 minutes. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But like, what we're going to do anyways, that's what we're going to be talking about on the Patreon for the for early January. So if you're interested in following that journey, that's going to be the Patreon.
Don't stop.
Believe it. So that's so great, and I'll have my whoop, and I'll be able to.
Will I give you a next present?
Okay, so that's my first present to you.
That's
my first
You
present.
knew what that was.
Yeah.
You knew
okay.
you were getting that.
Now I'm in uncharted territory now.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know what else is coming.
I thought you knew what the next one was.
No, or maybe I did. What is this?
You'll remember when you see it.
Oh, thank you, darling. Another PlayStation control. This is great now.
That's like a second. As it sounded like you were.
We could
you were
start
on your
gaming
phone
together now, because we like that's another thing that people do. Like, we'll start that now.
Do you think we don't spend enough time together?
No, I don't think we spend enough time together. I want to spend all my time with you. I know now you're sick of me most of the time, but that's great.
We spend all our time together.
Yeah, and this is
whenever you're not working, you're.
But I'm
with
working
me.
a lot, and I'm out of the place a lot. So, what's this? What's the third? Is this the last one?
This is the surprise now.
The surprise. Da, 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 da. I thought that was a vibrator first of all when you gave me that.
It's
Oh my god, I think I'm gonna love this. A mini massage gun, power boost, and optimal handling with
Lidl's
4
finest.
attachments. Oh my god, I'm gonna love that. I'll be just sitting down on the ground and I'll have you
yeah, I know.
pumping it into my back. Oh yes.
Said
lovely.
no woman ever.
Alright, okay. So you ready for yours?
Yeah.
Like, I think yours are better than mine, way better than mine. So today we went to the first place, right? We went to Boots to get you this, right? But
Well, because I had told you to get me a gift set.
so this is the gift set I got you, and I got a great deal in it. It was reduced.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ultimate skincare.
Yeah.
You forgot. I told you not to get me face.
But it's got everything.
But I told you not to get me face.
Did you?
But actually, no. Actually, this is going to be great. So there's loads. Yeah.
It's loads. It was reduced
I
from 100 down to 50. So, like, the benefits.
That's unreal.
The benefits
Yeah.
of going,
There'll be
well,
loads of
90.
stuff.
It was 97 or something like
Because
that.
you know what? Even if no, there's loads of stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Eye cream, primer, cleansing water, serum.
Serum.
Lovely.
No.
That's lovely. That's perfect. I need all of that stuff, really.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
When we were in there buying it in Boots, Harvey, who was
Thank
in,
you, darling.
you're very welcome, and I'm delighted that you enjoyed it and that you got it. But when Harvey was picking it out with me, and he put this on with it as well, which is Boots Fresh Lime Shower Gel. Now this was only about €1, okay, but Harvey picked that out.
Would you believe that I was going to say to you, get some shower gel?
Well,
when you're
Harvey
in
picked
Boots.
up on it. Not only did he pick up on that, when we were in there, he got some Lemsip as well, and he wanted us to buy Lemsip for if one of us got sick.
Oh,
And
bless.
cough sweets. So I said, look, we're not going to tempt fate. We'll put them back, but we'll get the lime shower gel is from us. And then this is, now, I know you read your books on your machine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And but I also know you love books, and I've come in sometimes, and you're here reading your book during the day.
What are you saying? What are you fucking saying?
When you're having a break, having a nice coffee, you often like
I
it's
read
one of
all
the ways
time.
you like to chill out.
Yeah, I read all the time.
So I got you a book, right? And I think I think you'll enjoy it, right? So it's The Aisling.
Oh, I haven't read the latest one.
And it's the latest one, and she's like in her 30s.
Oh, that's the last one. Yeah, I actually haven't read it. I read all the rest of them. You know, I've read the rest of them.
I knew that. And this was in the new releases.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, you like Aisling? She's a bit of a laugh.
She's a bit like me, small town girl living in a lonely world.
Yeah. So I got
Everybody's looking for that something. Very good. Oh, thank you, Cornelius.
You're welcome, darling. You're welcome. I know you'll just get immediate use out of it, and it's a nice little thing.
She's almost 32, and she's still a complete Aisling. Oh, I know. Like, I'd actually, and do you know what I'll do now before I read that? Because I am such a nerd, I'll read all the rest of the first.
Will you again?
Yeah. They're very easy reading. You'd have them read in 3 days.
And it reminded me of Bridget.
Now.
We're watching the Bridget Jones trilogy at the moment.
Yeah.
And she kind of reminds me of the Irish Bridget Jones.
Oh, she is definitely. She's
pure
like,
Aisling.
Oh, I must read it now because it's enjoyable, all right, because it's pure. It's pure country girl. Like,
pure country girl.
Like,
from
and there's a
Buffett.
line that I always remember when I'm at the line at the dryer, actually in the Aisling books. Someone's house gets burnt down at some stage, some neighbour.
Yeah.
And it's because of all the lint in the filter thing at the front. Lint, isn't it? Lint? You know, the hair, the fluff at the front of the dryer that you clear out.
Oh, right.
That filter thing. But that caught fire. And she was like, I mean, you'd forgive anyone for that. But it was the middle of the summer. Who in God's name has the dryer on in the middle of the summer? There was great drying that day, and she had the dryer on. The house was after going on fire, like, and that's what she was thinking about, was the fact of how did she have the dryer on.
Brilliant.
So now when I'm at the dryer, it reminds me.
No.
Because Aisling would definitely be a close horse.
There you go now, Aisling. And something to read for yourself, and a little bit of shower gel there from Harvey.
To wash myself if I ever get a chance to wash.
So you can be reading while I'm playing with that new controller. You can be putting on a bit of makeup while I'm putting a bit of massage on my back. I'll have the whoop on, and we can be listening to Rod Stewart.
All a go.
We'll all have to go on. So happy Christmas, darling.
Happy Christmas, Cornelius. It's very funny to be doing this now over the podcast.
It is weird. It's weird. It's weird. But you know what?
My as strong as my espresso martini was, it's gone.
But it's going to be
all
all
about a load
about
of Santa to prep.
We'll do that there now. But it is all about the boys tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
And that's
that's why this is nice.
The difference in our house this year is when we stay at home. It's happened. So the last few years since we've had kids, we've spent Christmas here or in Kerry, depending on circumstances, or if we family in Kerry or whatever. So we had Christmas Day, we had one on Connie's sisters. The first year we moved in, then we were in Kerry. Then the next year we had Christmas Day. So we had Connie's sister over on St. Stephen's Day, and we did a big dinner that St. Stephen's Day.
Jesus, I don't remember what we did fucking last week. How do you
and
remember
then
all this? Like?
Last year we were in Kerry, and this year what we're doing is it's just ourselves for Christmas Day, and we have Connie's parents on St. Stephen's Day. So for
I like that we're staying. I like being at home for Christmas. I think I would, and like I know we have to go to Kerry, and we've done every second year. But I really like the laid back fucking vibe of being at home today, like watching movies with the boys today. The little traditions that you have.
I like both, to be honest with you. I think, and I think the boys enjoy both as well.
No, they don't, Pep. You enjoy both. But anyway, we won't talk about that now because it's Christmas Day, but we'll talk about that during the year.
When we firm up our plans for next year, which usually start in July.
Well, Harvey, today was talking about his birthday.
Was he?
I swear to God. He was talking about his birthday, what he's going to get for his birthday next year, and I was like, your birthday is 12 months away. And he was like, that's just not fair on me.
Bless.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making, what I was saying, is that tomorrow we won't have a big Christmas dinner. We will have, I think we're doing lasagna. Because the boys don't eat meat, or don't eat chicken or meat, turkey. They don't eat much meat. And then Connie's obviously vegetarian. So I'm A, not going to have a big turkey for myself. And B, the veg and everything would have to go to waste as well. So we're having lasagna, which means there's no big prep day, or there's no big prep tomorrow. There's no tidying the house for having people coming or getting dolled up because we're going out, or
pajama day all day tomorrow, girl.
Yeah. So it's really a real kids' day.
Yeah.
Like,
playing with the boys.
I think the mixture of both, in the sense, I know we're laughing now, but like when we're in Kerry, there's a lot of going to people's houses and visiting and all that. We don't have as much of that when we're in Killavullen, and I think both are nice. But then we'll have Connie's parents on St. Stephen's Day, so then we're doing a roast beef and stuff like that. And I've got
that's the Christmas dinner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the traditional Christmas dinner.
But it's still not as stressful.
No.
You have 2 veg, like it's like a Sunday lunch. Yeah. Sunday roast.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't go into the whole palaver that you do for a Christmas dinner of 4 fucking veg, like. You know, or whatever.
3 different types of potatoes.
And like, 4 different veg, none of which you know
types.
how you've cooked. Like, you're trying a different recipe for the carrots. And
if I'm at a Christmas dinner, and there's mashed potatoes, garlic potatoes, and some other type of potato, like a croquette or something like that, that to me is a proper Christmas dinner. 3 or 4 different types of potatoes. You know, like
it's lucky that we're having our dinner on St. Stephen's Day, because I definitely am having 3 types of potato.
No, but I'm just saying, like, as a traditional dinner, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I do enjoy that, but like, I mean, I'm also really looking forward to fucking just lazing around the place tomorrow, playing with the toys, watching movies. We'll take them out. We might take them into the skate park, as you said earlier on.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air. Like, it's just us. I know you're saying we're sick of each other, but like,
we're not.
We're not really like. We're not like. I mean, we like. Hunter said to me today, and I heard him say it to you as well, unprompted, came up to me today, Dad, I love you. And it's like, I was like, oh, thanks, Hunt, I love you too. And then, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
he seems to want to hear the "I love you too" part, because he says that to me sometimes. He's like, no, Mom, I'll say it to you, I love you. And then I'll say to him, I love you too. He's like, yeah.
There's actually not a whole pile. Like, it is such a lovely thing to hear from your child, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Especially when it's unprompted. Like, Harvey does it as well occasionally. It is such a lovely thing.
And you can feel it after them. It's like when they're really happy,
they're not
like,
words,
and content.
Like, yeah. There's intent there was intent in the words today. He wasn't saying it because, oh, Daddy likes to hear these words, you know.
It was his feeling.
It was his feeling in the moment, and you know, like, it is. We're in a moment of time now, as I said to you a couple of days ago. I might have even said in the podcast, we're in the good old times now.
Yeah,
we're in the good old days, and when we look back in, you know, who was I talking to? Yes, I was talking to Danny, I think, yesterday, and like, all these kids are gone. Amelia's still like young enough for the magic of Christmas. Conspiracy John, he's got 1 child left that's in the magic of Christmas. So even when there's 1 or 2 people, 2 of them gone out of it, it's like, it's not the same.
Joe's gone now.
It's not this, and like Laura's gone as well. So, like, and with Danny, Ruan, and Lucianne are gone. So it's just Amelia, like, you know, and it just. We're in the good old days, because I look back at when me and my sisters all believed in Santa, and I don't know, it's just a magic that I don't ever want to extinguish. And like, I'm glad that we said at the start of this podcast that if that ever comes, that we'll just try our best to extend it as long as possible. Have
you any parting words now for the
listeners, the podcast nation, the players? Well, first of all, we're taking 2 weeks off. Okay, we're not going to come back until the 2nd week of January. So there'll be no episodes, no Patreon episodes, no main episodes. We're taking a fortnight off to rest and recuperate, and have some new news for you, obviously. Do you know what I mean? You've heard a lot from us there in the last couple of weeks. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is I want to say thank you to everybody who has listened, liked, shared, commented, got behind the podcast, came to see the live podcast that we did in Maureen's during the year. Like, even when I'm at gigs, people talking about the podcast, talking about specific podcasts that they enjoyed. I just want to say thank you for the time and the effort that you have done. It really makes it worthwhile for us. We want to grow it. I want to grow this podcast. Want only getting going. We're only at it a couple of years, and it's a long game. Some podcasts, they take off straight away. Some are slow burners, and this is. I'm very happy with the amount of loyal listeners I have. I'm anxious to grow it as well. Or not anxious. I'm excited to grow it and to get it out to more people, and that'll all be on the case next year, because we do have plans to grow it and do different stuff and make it more exciting for you and for ourselves. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, and I'm really grateful for everybody who's bought tickets to my show, who's just supported me in any way, shape or form, because at the end of the day, if it's a futile exercise if you're not connecting with people,
exactly,
so I do appreciate it, and I love you all, and I want to say a special thank you to you, Noelle.
Okay.
And I do. You're my main squeeze. You're my partner in life, but we're business partners as well now, even at this stage of the races. And
I suppose we've progressed.
Yeah.
In the
especially since you've left work, and you do a lot of work, an awful lot of work, and I'm always so thankful for it and grateful for it. And I love you, and I want to just say thank you. You've edited every single podcast we've ever done. You're putting up posters there for me during the week. You're dealing with like invoices, and you do all the nitty gritty stuff behind the scenes that I could do, but would do extremely poorly and badly and not professionally. And yeah, I love you so much.
We're team Cornelius. I didn't realise that's the turn you were going to go with. I was just meaning more like,
well, I'm fucking half cut now from this espresso as well.
How are you going to like help people get through the next week with their families?
Yeah, but what?
I thought you might just give some wise words to people as they head into the Christmas period.
I don't have any wise words. All my words are off the top of my out of the top of my brain, and all I'll say is, you're in the good old times if you're having a happy Christmas with your family. You're in the good old times, and just kind of, I suppose, smell the roses. Try and smell the roses.
I'd say if your family's annoying you, get out of the house. Go for a walk. And don't sweat the small stuff, as you have it imprinted onto your arm. For any mommies or anyone cooking the Christmas dinner tonight, tomorrow. I know it's Christmas Eve for us now, but you might be listening on Christmas Day. It doesn't matter.
I think I'd love to get that I have Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I think It Doesn't Matter is the next tattoo.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't.
It doesn't.
We're all dead in 100 years.
No, but there's a world out there. There's everything that's going on, and just it doesn't matter if you're fed and you're warm, and fuck it if you forgot the lettuce. Fuck it if you run out of bread. Like, it doesn't.
You're just saying that now because
I didn't buy enough bread. Can't believe it. Yeah. Spent a fortune. Fridge jammed. Freezer jammed.
What does her husband eat?
A lot of bread.
Okay. He's an afterthought.
100%. I've tried to up you into higher. You've come into the higher in the ranks now as the sole earner. You weren't as zero thought before that, but now you have upped into the ranks. But now you're on your Christmas holidays, so you're back down again.
I'm back down at the bottom again. Yeah.
Fuck you, do it yourself. Do you want a sandwich, babe? Yeah, okay. Get it yourself. That's what's going to happen now for the next week while you're off.
Yeah.
Right back. Want a sandwich?
But I want to just get back to you, babe. You've made me sandwiches. You've made me juices. You're looking after me. You really do look after me.
Looking after my pocket. I mean, sorry, what?
Yeah. You're so tough. You're such a toughie, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. But I love you anyway.
I love you too, my darling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. I think that's it.
On that note, let's go and continue the magic.
Yeah.
Like of getting ready for Santa.
And we'll talk to you in 2024, guys.
Yeah.
In 2024, it'll be the second week in January. We'll be back, and
I'll be running the full 5K by then, I suppose.
Well, I must get runners down to sales. That's the next thing, and that's it. Then I'm not spending a fucking bob until this time next year again.
Yeah.
Back down the hatches. I can't wait to get this mini massage gun going now tomorrow. Unreal.
Can't believe you thought it was a vibrator.
It looked a bit like a vibrator.
I suppose.
It looks a little bit like a vibrator.
It could be.
Yeah. You might have a go off it yourself.
Mm.
Right.
Right. Good luck and bye.
Love you.